Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently wrapping up the war that was declared offensively against us by the commonality of Azan's Crucible for some inexplicable reason that I can't explain. I mean, that's kind of redundant. It's inexplicable and I can't explain it. Sure, we're going with it. So that's all great. And let's just go through our jobs real quick here, as we tend to do at the beginning of each war episode, just to make sure that this is all underway nicely. There's this factory station here. There's this, which reminded me, we're actually on the new patch here. This is the 3.7 Canis Minor patch with the first contact story pack installed. I don't expect that that's going to cause any significant issues. We'll see. I'm not sure what this line is indicating necessarily. I'm noting that this is on habitats. Maybe it's just indicating the habitat level. That's a possibility. For right now, I do think that we should put in a new Fabulin job. Ugh. I don't like it. We can have him migrate, and we can just put in a Ministry of Production. It's not hugely efficient, but sure. It'll work. We do need to get this consumer goods problem taken care of. So we'll get that done. We'll scroll on down here. We're not probably going to run into any of the first contact stories since this is so late in the game. I don't think that's going to be a thing. There may be a few gameplay changes here and there, though. I'll try to flag them as I notice them, but we'll see for now. So this just requires a demotion. Nothing major here. This is a demotion as well, but it requires a housing, and we may as well max out the mining, I think, here. Sure, it's a mining world. That'll work. There's a research station here, and honestly, we need a civilian industry in a lot of different places, right? So we're going to put in civilian industries in these locations. This is currently set up as a forge world. We have to change this over to being at least an industrial world. That will hurt our alloy generation, but that's okay. We can put in industrial districts, and that should be fine. I wouldn't mind swapping this admin complex after that to be a... Where are we? Here we go. Ministry of Production. That will probably be helpful. That actually might end up counteracting the loss of alloys. We'll see. We'll see. So this research station and trade station, we need housing here, and that's fine. We'll build a trade district, and on this research station, we need housing and a job. Honestly, a research district will deal with both of those, so we'll get a couple of those going. That should be fine. Okay. So as far as our fleets go, we're not building all that many ships right now, and that's because we have a lack of alloys. We are currently doing battle against a construction ship. Okay. And we've got this fleet in a Streakian at this moment. Okay. We're making our way through over here. I'm not expecting too many major issues. This is a continental world. Are we currently colonizing it? Yes, we are. This is a continental world that is also being colonized. Okay, looks good. Anything else up over here? These are both Alpine worlds. They should be terraformed. And this one as well. Cool. Okay, so that's most of our fleets under control. I feel like our fleet in Astrekian is weak enough that we don't really want to send it anywhere else necessarily. For the moment, that seems fine. We've got our fleet up in Soyama. And Toxpors is currently being invaded. So we don't need to be in Soyama. Polaris, if I recall correctly, Pyrexium was too strong to really get involved with invading it at this time. Yes, that is accurate, so that's okay. Up here in Sigi, we could certainly make our way into, like, Ample Deer. I'm guessing this is too strong as well. 1149 and 1145. Probably doable, but I think for the moment we'd be far better off to make our way out over this way and land on this 349 here. There's a 774 here that's doable as well. So we'll go ahead and land here. That'll also give us access to this mega art installation, which would be nice.
Initiating ground assault.
Cool. So over we head. We just finished up over here in Congram. We don't have a leader, and we should get one. There's a month tick ongoing. Any moment now, month tick. There we go. Cool. So we're going to recruit this, and we are going to think about landing somewhere like Hulug. That's too strong. We should instead... Oh, hello. There we go. We should instead land on Nuit's speech. There we go. So that's fine. A lot of these are going to be too strong. Before we can deal with that, we need to eliminate their spaceborne assets, right? So that is our current top priority out this direction. And we're going to push into Ginnog at this juncture.
Our warriors are victorious.
Okay, so we've got a number of weak fleets out over here. I want all of them to group up over here in Lastus. That'll be fine for now. We could start thinking about doing bombardments, and Moda is still fully occupied by us, and I don't know why Moda is not flipping over. It might have something to do with this archaeological site. Or potentially the fact that it's unsurveyed? I bet you that's what it is. Let's get the Goddard to come over here and survey. Can't survey a system within someone else's borders. So we can't actually survey that. Never mind. Oh, this is new. Cloaking strength. Oh, so cloaking is in the game now. That's good to know. This is probably not going to be relevant to this series. But in the future, almost certainly. We're currently claiming the system. So why is this not flipping over to us? A good question. Okay, the 6th Fleet is chilling in Lastus, and that's to be expected.
Initiating ground assault.
Unearthed barbarians. Okay, sounds good.
Debris
And we just finished up this terraformation here. Yeah, this is where the barbarians were. So that's fine. We can't colonize that for the moment. No problem whatsoever there. The Darwin isn't doing anything right now. And do we want it to do anything? Activate cloaking, assist cloaking detection. So science ships project the cloaking? Hang on. No. Noted, but science ships can help with detecting cloaked objects. Good to know, good to know. We're going to go on automatic survey at this point.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
There we go. And of course the 6th is waiting for these other ships to make their way over. The political frontier, huh? Well, we'll wait on this month tick before we can do anything. We'll get there eventually. There we go. Okay, Kingdom of Yonderin just became the controller of... this up here. Wait, is Kingdom of Yonderin no longer in this war? Apparently not. Interesting. They changed their specialist subject type, and that apparently pulled them out of this war. So that doesn't really matter to us. We can fight them, like, afterwards. We're truced with them currently. Yeah, this is fine. This frees up a fair amount of our units, right? So these guys would then leave. This is Kingdom of Yonderim, so commonality of Azan's Crucible controls this. This is commonality, space down here. And then some of this is commonality space, but not all of it. That makes things a little bit easier, but also a little harder for us. Like, simultaneously, in an awkward way. Okay, so we're going to take the 20th Fleet. They are going to head over to Yon and begin bombardment of Yon Prime, in that case. We're going to take the 9th Fleet. They're going to head to Valis and begin bombardment of Kamakrir. We're going to grab the 7th Fleet, and they are going to begin bombardment of Vavidar. We're then going to grab the 5th Fleet. They are going to go begin bombardment of Spemcrew. There we go. And the 6th Fleet is going to head over to, like, Oxidon. What are these strengths here? 0 and 0. So no concerns over here. We'll have no problems there. So in that case, the 6th Fleet should go over to, like, Congram and begin bombardment on, say, Hulug. Cool. That, of course, means that the 6th Fleet here should begin bombardment up in Beta Aquila on Crack. And then the 9th Fleet should probably head up to Debe here and go grab that. Okay, so we're going to begin these bombardments for our invasions. That's all fine. These guys are attacking Ginnog, and that sounds good. We're not going to have a problem with this. We will win this quite easily. We should definitely resume our constructions here. There we go. And we should activate the Surveyor. Cool. Plus 5 additional alloys. Not bad. That'll add up nicely. And these guys are going to want to push on to Travelor. They'll go via this route, but that seems reasonably okay. Everything up here is Kingdom of Yonderin. So this fleet should begin heading over to Oxiden and to start landing here. Cool.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Where? Where would they be assaulting our spaceport? Up over here? No. I don't think they're actually assaulting our spaceport, for the record. So, we're going to eventually achieve war goals here, right? That's going to be the plan. Kingdom of Yonderim space is not going to become ours, so there's a giant mess up here, and we're definitely going to look to clean up this mess. No doubt about that. So we're going to head into Travelor here, and we won't have a problem with that. I want to, as soon as this month tick is done, head into Ginnog. I want to see what they've got for power there. So on Ginnog 2, 0. Cool. So we're going to grab one of these fleets. It doesn't really matter which one, but we're going to come land on Ginnog 2. The other fleet should make its way over to Ginnog. Just to be ready, well, we don't actually need to attack Travelor.
Our warriors are victorious.
Cool.
Enemy planet conquered.
So this war is going to be over very soon, right? These guys have successfully landed in Congram. So next up would be like Garden of Tect. Oh yeah, that's super easy. Go ahead and do so. The Goddard, I'm going to tell to automatic survey again. I wish there was an automatic assist research. That would be nice.
Our spaceport. Initiating
so we're going to attack Travelor here very shortly. They have very little left, right? And we're going to land on Vabindak. Beautiful.
Initiating ground assault.
So this is basically all that the commonality of Assan's Crucible has at this point. We can land on Star's Dialogue, although that's somewhat strong, so we probably don't want to. We'll hold off on that for now. And these guys are going to head over and start bombarding at Star's Dialogue. We can then come up to, like, Karenval and land on Morakvo. I'm expecting that to be fine. Yes, indeed. Beautiful. So we definitely should engage this, right? But I want to just come over and bombard the planet. That's going to be the goal here. Actually, we don't need to bombard this planet. But that's still what we're going to do for now. Excellent. So our armies are invading in quite a lot of locations. Oxiden is now under our control. So we're going to head up into Acela. And we will land... Both of these are 0 strength, so it doesn't matter. We will land on both of them ultimately. But for now, we're going to land here. Cool.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
This war is very close to being over.
Battle
Travelor is under our control. We're going to take the first fleet here. And we're going to tell it, come on down to Seoul. We want to take back Subra. So that is our current goal. And then Moda is what we're going to need. We might have to actually take that in the peace deal since it's not flipping over.
Initiating ground assault.
Okay. So this is under control. Fantastic. The commonality of Assan's Crucible is completely and totally screwed here. There's nothing they can do. Cool. We are negative on food right now, and we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Initiating ground assault.
This transport fleet is
Victory
not
shall
doing
be
anything
ours.
in Ginnog,
Our
and
warriors are
realistically, these guys
victorious.
don't need to be up here anymore. This area is now completely and totally safe, so we're going to move them back to Seoul. Fantastic. This transport fleet
Initiating
can
ground assault.
definitely go land up
Victory
over here.
shall be ours.
Beautiful.
Our warriors are victorious.
Heronball is now under our control. So how are these bombardments going? 4,000 here, but we could actually land here. That would be fine. Go ahead and do so. 370. You'll take losses from that. Let's actually jump drive over to Dabe, and we'll land here. So this is a 0 strength. That'll be absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever. This is completely under control. I can't believe they did that. That must have happened because of the patch, right? With the Kingdom of
Initiating ground
Yonderim,
assault.
like, changing it
Victory
out
shall
and
be
abandoning
ours.
them. But it's fine. Like, they were going to lose anyway, and we'll take this territory, so no real problem there, ultimately. These transport fleets are just kind of chilling here, and we're going to take the first fleet and jump drive it over to Supra. They're going to have nowhere they can go very shortly.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
So that's great.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
Yes, indeed it has. So here in Acela, we're going to want to head over to, like, Beta Aquile. These guys can land on Auza's bounty. That'll be fine. These forces are going to head into
Beginning
Supra
attack run
once
on
they
enemy
can.
station.
These
They are
can
assaulting
group
our
together,
spaceport.
actually. There we go.
Our warriors are victorious.
So we finish up out over this direction. No problem. These guys will eventually want to jump drive back, but they can't right now. And these guys, they're going to hit Supra once we have control of this. So we're going to win this battle, no problem.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
And there never was going to be a problem. I do want to take the 3rd fleet, the 9th fleet, the 4th fleet, and the 8th fleet to go get upgrades, since they need those. The 9th fleet as well. Why are you getting no orders? Where are you at? Oh, they can't actually get there. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. So we're going to pop back over to Supra here. We're going to win this battle, no problem. The commonality of Azan's Crucible is going to
Initiating
cease to
ground
exist
assault.
very soon.
Victory shall be ours. System survey.
So we're
complete.
now going to bring in
They are
our
assaulting
army
our
as soon as their
spaceport.
fleet is eliminated, which will be very shortly. There we go. And we're going to come in here. I want just these guys. Actually, these can be merged together. And these guys are going to land on Yurka. Fantastic. Okay, so this is all looking great. We just need to finish off these last couple of areas. Waiting on the month tick here. There we go.
Scientific breakthrough.
And I want to check
achieved.
in. Yeah, the Darwin and the Goddard aren't doing
Construction
anything.
complete.
That's reasonably fine. I suppose we could take them down to assist research on Trabano. Like, you can assist research on Trabano, and then you can go to, like, I think Jurup. Yeah. Go ahead and assist research there. That'll be fine. So this is under control. Supra will be taken over very, very quickly here. 8:15. No real problem there. So they will get that done. There are a decent
Initiating
amount of
ground
commonality
assault.
forces over here. So we'll let these guys finish their upgrades. It's all looking good. Energy credits from jobs sounds great as well. We'll eventually run out of food, but much sooner we'll run out of consumer goods. What is going on with our consumer goods? Okay, we just need to produce more. Let's go through our jobs and see what we've got. Anything to be done here? Because we're going to run out of consumer goods very, very shortly here. This factory station, and that's the Eusabulin. Not too much to be done there. Anything else here? This foundry station could use a job. This should be swapped over to being at least an industrial station, but we're going to make these be factory stations instead. We're going to replace the exotic gas refinery here with a Ministry of Production, and this one we're going to replace with a civilian industry. Okay. As far as this trade station goes, well, this foundry station, actually, we're going to... We need 2 jobs here. I guess upgrade this fortress, change it over to a factory station, and that'll be fine for now. We've got this trade station here that needs housing. We are going to put in an industrial district. This is a bit of a mess right now. This is a foundry station, which will change over to being a factory station, and we'll put in an industrial district. This urban world here, I'm just going to upgrade the monument, and this is kind of terrible, jobs-wise. We can probably turn off these edicts at this point. I don't think they're necessary. So we'll go ahead and get those turned off. And where was this world? Well, we can just move on to this one for now. We'll put in another industrial district here. This should probably also be a factory world. Okay, we'll see what that does on this month tick.
Our warriors are victorious.
It's better. It's not good, but it's better. I'm going to buy in 5,000 consumer goods here to keep us afloat for a while. Okay, so as far as our soldiers go, our armies here, how are we doing on Croc? 30, that's still a lot. Okay. Probably a no there, at least for now. Stars dialogue is 1475 and 2941. Okay, noted. Out here in Algol, 4914. That's going to take some time. A lot of these fleets aren't very strong, right? But we could definitely bring this fleet over here to land on Vaviter. That'll be fine. And 114 on Yon Prime. That's not bad either. Can you jump drive yet? No. Still a few more days. We'll take a look at that. We should definitely continue to replace our units here. Go ahead and do that. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. So they're not going to have worlds left very, very soon. We're still on Yurka here. That's not going to take too much longer. And they do still have these units here.
We have established a
We're still working on upgrading,
base.
So that's going to be a little bit.
Initiating ground assault.
And this world will need work eventually. Cool. How's this jump drive looking? 38 days on that.
Our
Okay.
warriors are victorious.
Well, we got Valis there. That's great. We'll go land on Yon Prime. No problem whatsoever here. Cool. Bombardments are, of course, ongoing. Ah, that's a new icon for pre-FTL civilizations. Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
And there's a terraformation finished up. Let's go ahead and colonize this. Beautiful. And
They are
is that this one?
assaulting our space
Yeah, that's this
port.
one, actually.
Our
No
ships
problem
have
there.
been made
Fantastic.
superior.
So we're still
Our warriors
negative
are
on our exotic
victorious.
gases.
Enemy
Did we turn
planet
off all of our
conquered.
exotic gas edicts? We did. Okay, we'll still have to work on our exotic gases. That sounds good. Yon is back under our control. So checking in here, this is a lot.
They are assaulting our
We should
space
definitely
port.
move this fleet over to help with this bombardment. Over here in Algol, there's a lot here too. That'll all need work. Okay. There's going to be very little left of the commonality of Azan's Crucible. That's very clear. There's this exotic gas up over here. That would actually help us quite a bit. So that's noted. Let's go ahead and continue to reinforce our fleets here.
They are assaulting
Now
our
that we're
space
no
port.
longer really losing fleets, we are making good progress on that. Our construction ships are busily constructing. And that's all great. I feel like the space war is virtually complete at this point. And we are working on these upgrades. We could send just a single fleet as soon as the month tick is done. Okay. We could send the single fleet over here to fight these guys. I feel like they'd win that. They should. They should win that. So let's send them over. The commonality of Azan's Crucible claimed
They
one of
are
our systems.
assaulting our
That's
spaceport.
ambitious. That's really ambitious. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, literally, there's only a few locations left. There is this up here that we should probably go after at some point. And, like, the 7th Fleet here is currently allegedly not doing anything. Are they actually not doing anything? They actually are. So we're going to move them over to here. Cool. The 9th Fleet and the 1st Fleet are allegedly not doing anything either. Let's take the 1st Fleet up over here to begin bombardment here. Yeah, that's 3,000 there. So that should be fine. Beautiful. So this is going to be maybe not the final space battle, but one of the final space battles, for sure. And we're winning it very, very handily. As expected. No problem whatsoever. Much, much simpler at this point. So once we're done here, these guys should head up to Polaris and begin bombardment at Pyrexium. So we'll let them finish up this battle.
Our warriors are victorious.
Excellent. We successfully took another world. This battle is basically done at this point. They've got very little left. Month tick is occurring. Any moment now, month tick. There you go. Cool. So we're going to wrap up this battle. And these guys are going to head up to Polaris, as I said, and they're going to bombard Pyrexium. There we go. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to have these guys eventually attack Pyrexium. But I'm not sure when that'll happen exactly. We need to do some bombardments, and we need to rebuild our fleets. That is going to be the goals for next episode. Finishing up the war and rebuilding the fleet. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, and Lohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.